Hey guys, welcome to Jasco Goods. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make a bunch of simple, not just this, but a bunch of simple projects that are easy to make, that cost maybe a couple bucks. Like this thing was some scrap wood I made. Not only that, I'm going to show you how to increase your sales and get the most amount of money you can for these little pieces of wood that you're selling. If you're anything like me, you love doing three things: woodworking, eating, and putting on concerts for your dogs. Why must I feel like that? Why must I chase the cat? Ain't nothing but the dog in me. Nothing but the dog in me. No, the dog concerts are just me? Alright. Well, at least we love woodworking, right? And why not try to do something you love for the rest of your life and make money off of it? I'd rather do that than anything else. Honestly. Well, there's a couple other things I do, but when you get paid for it, it's not right. But that's a story for another day. Let's get to building. Oh yeah, and spending time with your wife. That doesn't even make any sense now. I said three things. That's four. Okay, for our next project, I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna use this scrap 1x6, and then you're just gonna cut off two pieces that are 5.5 inches, because that's the width of this board. So you're basically cutting two squares. So 5.5 inches long, and then one piece that's 2 inches. I'm gonna use my miter saw, but you can use a hand saw if you want.
So this whole project is gonna take 13 inches of 1x6. So that's less than $1.50 in material. So I'm using a hand sander to sand it down, just to show you don't even need a power sander to build this thing. You could use a hand saw and a hand sander if you had to. Now don't be fooled by the simplicity of this project, because the real lesson here is going to be how to sell these things, how to get the most sales of these things. As my friend, the Bearded Viking, says, how to put some spin on this to get more sales. So stay tuned for that.
Okay, now let's put it together. Pretty simple. You're just gonna put it just like this. I always look at it, see which side I want to be on the outside, just like that, and then I'm gonna clamp it with these.
Now I'm just making mine a simple square, but there's so many different ways you can customize these depending on what tools you have, like especially like with a router.
Okay, I'm gonna use this one just as a spacer, so that when I clamp it, it doesn't bend in.
Okay, so right now I'm just gluing it, but later on I'm going to come back and I'm going to drill some holes and put some dowels in it to really secure it. Glue alone isn't strong enough, because one of the parts you're gluing is just end grain. That doesn't really hold glue very well. You could always do a little rabbet or something like that, but you're going to need a way to join wood if you're going to get into doing woodworking. So you're going to need like a drill or something. Just anything to be able to secure wood together.
Okay, so this part's dry. And I'm just going to give it a little bit more reinforcement with some dowels. And I'm going to try to do where you can see the exposed dowels. I don't have any darker dowels. I only have the regular color. So I got these bits. These bits drill a much cleaner hole when you have the little brad tip on them. But the holes are too big when I try to drill a hole for a dowel. So I'm using this drill bit. Just a regular standard drill bit. Problem with this is it leaves a rough hole, so I'm going to try to use this piece of wood. I laid out where I want my two dowels to be, and I'm going to clamp it to the top of this. So I'm drilling through this and then into the other surface, and that should help give me some clean holes. So cross your fingers. Yeah, I left some pretty rough holes, you see that? So I'll just fill in around it and sand it a little bit on the sander and see how that comes out. I'm going to put a little bit of sawdust around this to try to fill in that the void.
I'm just using a cut flush saw, flush cut saw for these dowels, and it goes through them like butter, man.
Okay, so on this side I'm going to try something else. I'm going to put a piece of tape. See if that helps it any.
I think some of the problem is this bit I'm using. I just out of a regular bit, but it seems like it goes through wood really fast. Like it just tears it up compared to like some of the other bits I've used. I don't know if I've got a speed bit or something that I'm using, or.
All right, let's see. This one came a little bit cleaner, but that one still kind of chewed up.
Then I just repeated the process on the other side. Then after they dried, I just cut off the excess dowel with a flush cut saw and then sanded them up. Made them look pretty.
We just sand it up a little. So there you have it, just a simple plain napkin holder. Most people have these on their kitchen tables. I mean, unless you're using the millennial napkin. So now I'm going to show you how to easily increase the value of this napkin holder by making it more appealing or more attractive. And no, I don't mean we're going to put no lingerie on it.
Bow chicka bow wow.
I've already talked about it a little bit in my triangle video when I said this. I'm a fart smeller. Oh, I'm sorry, no, not that part. This part.
The biggest thing you can do to sell on Etsy is like this, personalized. Personalized stuff is the best selling stuff on Etsy because you can't really go into Walmart. They can sell one of these book holders, but it's not going to be personalized. Etsy is more where some people go for personalization. So if you can find a way to personalize whatever you make, then you've got a step up on the competition. So somehow the people over at Xtool saw that video and decided to send me the Xtool S1. And guys, I cannot tell you how excited I was. I have wanted one of these laser engravers since I started on Etsy back in 2020. One of the main reasons I didn't get one was because I had no place in my garage to set it up. But with this new model being totally enclosed, I can use it right in my craft room. I also made sure to check what kind of gases it can be used around. And all you got to do is put it by a window so you can run the vent out the window. Luckily for me, I'm a pretend woodworker, so I just drilled a hole in a 1x8 and I used that to block the window. I also bought some weather stripping to go around the 1x8. I didn't install the weather stripping yet, and that's why you can still see light coming in next to the window, but look how perfect that fits. So after I've cut and sanded my napkin holder pieces, I'm going to take it up before I assemble it and run it through the laser engraver and give it a little pizzazz. Now they make a riser base that you can add to the bottom of your engraver, and that way you can do taller objects, but I don't have that, so that's why I have to do mine before it's assembled. But once I get that riser base, I can pre-assemble these things and have them ready to go for when I get orders. Right now I'm just using this small wood block to make sure the block that I'm engraving in is square to the front of the machine, and then I just pull the laser over top of it, and you just kind of tell the computer where your object is. So I just plug my laptop right into the back of the Xtool S1, and then I'm using the free software that I downloaded from the Xtool website, and I just typed out what I wanted to put on there right into this program, and then I used the little knife and fork that I got off of Etsy. I purchased from Etsy for $1.50, and I'm going to use that to put underneath of the writing that I typed.
Well, all right now. Okay, you ready?
I was really surprised at how easy and quick this was to set up. All I did was plug my laptop in it and bam, it was ready to go. Now there's hundreds of images on Etsy that you can go on and download, but I just used the free software that came with it and just typed this all out. Okay, so I'm going to speed this up, but this took about 10 minutes to engrave. I have a vinyl cutter that I used to use for putting letters onto my projects, but the vinyl cutter, you never get letters this thin. It's actually more complicated to use, and this is much more durable. I always had to worry about the vinyl rubbing off of the product. And to finish this off, I just did 2 coats of a matte finished water-based clear coat, and that was it.
I got to put on my glasses and go into nerd mode. Okay, guys, ready? So there you have it. We took less than a foot of 1x6 and turned it into, what, a $20, $30 item now? This is without the engraving. I mean, this is just something I put on there. You can put whatever you want. You can put a picture. You just put the family's name. As long as you personalize it, people love to see their name on stuff. Right on the kitchen table. Here's a little piece of wood I did just with my logo on it. I used a water-based gray stain, and you see how that came out. I'm really excited to try it with some different stuff with the water-based stains. I have an orange stain that I use to make pumpkins. I'm really excited to, here, let me show you. So I got this orange stain. See, that's a stain. You can see it through the thing. And instead of, this is what I used on here was a black vinyl. I'm going to use the engraver, and I'm going to engrave the pumpkin faces in there. Be much quicker, much easier to use than the vinyl. Here's a little 1/2-inch piece of plywood. I put my logo on. I got this one. I put a gloss clear coat on. This one I did a matte clear coat, so the shine doesn't take away from the writing, so you can still see it without having a glare on it. But it has a little bit of a tint to it, like a satiny tint to it. Here's another coaster I made for my wife. This is just a squared piece of 1x4, so 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches, 1x4. And I just put a name on it. Man, people love to see their name on stuff. What does that cost? 50 cents? You could probably sell a set of these for $20. I got these little wood hearts I make. I got a little tutorial on my I got a little tutorial on my page somewhere on how to make these. It's either here or on my Instagram account or even my TikTok. But yeah, these, I can't wait to put something on there, engrave it. You make a set of these. These could be little bookends. I make a bigger one. Could be a nice bookend. You customize it with somebody's name.
Hulk, smash the like button. So if you were to go on to Etsy and just type in personalized wood decor, you could get a ton of ideas. And you can see a lot of this stuff is bestsellers, popular. One thing I wanted to show was, you see this piece of round wood? They're selling it for $31.95. So here it is when you click on it. $31.95, 10 to 11 inches around. It's in 6 carts right now. So here's another seller on Etsy selling 10 of these wood slices for $53.99. So if you were to buy 10 of these, and this is just one little example, if you were to buy 10 of these and then engrave them like they did, you could sell those for $310, all 10 of them. And that's just one example of personalizing something and getting much more money for it. And then here's another thing. Not only is it a laser engraver, it's also a laser cutter. So you could cut these little ornaments out. And with the holidays coming up, you can already see these things are becoming popular. They're going to start becoming best sellers like this. You see these right here? These were all cut with a laser cutter. These Christmas trees, cut out of a laser cutter. They're selling them for $22. They've had 20 plus views in the last 24 hours. All right, personalized coasters. Look, they're even using a laser engraver to make them. But they're selling those. It says $11, but let's click on it. So this is already in 7 carts, and it's $11 for a single coaster. For 6 coasters, $31. You can get these pieces of wood at the dollar store. Now see, there's a lot of different styles on here, but all of these were done with a laser engraver. Even these ones right here on the slate. I'm going to show you guys one more project I made that's always popular on Etsy. Has a really high markup, only costs a couple dollars to make. I'm also going to show you a hack I do to make it for super cheap. But before I show you, I'm going to bring you to the place where I always buy my family's Christmas presents. Let's go to the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree is loaded with stuff you can personalize with your laser engraver. They even have a bunch of blank galvanized steel. And yes, the S1 can engrave steel and stainless steel cups. Did you know they had live edge wood at the Dollar Tree? I didn't. Look at this. This looks like you can personalize it and sell it for $20. But what I'm here for is the picture frames.
Good Lord.
Who did that?
Here's some of the picture frames I got to play around with. And if you haven't guessed, what I'm doing is I'm making a wood picture frame. I'm going to use this 8x10 right here. So I'm just going to take the backing off of it and then take the glass out of it and throw the frame away. I'm going to make my own personalized frame. So you're basically just going to measure the cardboard and then make the inside diameter of your frame about a ½ an inch smaller, so you have a 1/4 inch all the way around the frame. Okay, so I'm making my frame out of 1x3. And I know my glass is 10 inches by 20 inches. So I cut a 45 in my first piece, then I make a line, and then I measure off the inside, the smaller part of that line, and I measure 9.5 inches. So that way I have a 1/4 inch on each side of my frame to hold the glass in. So then I make a line at 9.5 inches, then I draw my 45-degree line for my other miter. Then I cut my miter and I repeat that 4 more times to make the whole frame. With 45s, a good trick you can do is cut them both a little long, put them on top of each other, get one side flush. I got my mark on there where I want it. I don't know if you can see it under that light, but that's the mark where I want it. Then I just cut them both at the same time. Now they're super flush on both sides. Okay, so now I'm just fitting my frame before I move along any further. And if you look, you can see I got about a 1/4 inch on each side this way and a 1/4 inch on each side this way. Now, if you don't have a table saw, you could always stop here and then get some scribe, and you could scribe around the edges like this so that your scribe sticks up further than your glass, and you can nail that on there. You can glue that on there. I'm going to show you later. I got these screws that you screw into the wood next to it, and it has these tabs that twist over this to hold it in, and you can do that right there. You could stop there. You would just sand it and you'd be done. But if you have a table saw, we're going to cut a groove around this so that the glass is recessed inside of there. Okay, I'm going to use these spacers and set the height of my blade to a 1/4 inch because that's how deep I want to recess my glass. So the thickness of my glass and my cardboard backing is about the thickness of my saw blade. So I'm going to do one pass and then check it, and if it's not deep enough, then I'll just scoot my fence over a little bit and do a second pass, and that should do it. So now I'm just gluing and using some masking tape to hold the corners together until I get ready to clamp it. Now there are all different kinds of ways to glue a picture frame together while the glue's drying. I'm using a cargo strap that I got from my truck. If you were going to make picture frames on any kind of regular basis, they make straps like this with actual corners to them that hold a lot better than this, that work a little bit better, that it maybe would be worth investing in, that are fairly cheap. Now that I have a way to personalize frames, I'm going to be making them on a regular basis, so I ordered some myself. There's actually a lot of good videos on YouTube on how to make picture frame jigs for gluing up picture frames that are be worth checking out.
Okay, so there's a lot of different ways to reinforce this. Glue alone isn't strong enough. I'm going to use the easiest method that doesn't require making a jig or anything like that. I'm using this 1-inch dowel material, and then I cut off maybe 1/8 of an inch of it, a little less than 1/4. And then I'm going to use a Forstner bit, and I'm going to drill holes in each corner, not all the way through, just the depth of this. So about 1/8 of an inch, I'm sorry. That's perfect right there. Put your little wood glue. Push your thing in there, and there you go. That's going to help strengthen all the corners. You do that in each corner.
Okay, so after the glue dried, I just sanded down my frame and then put it in the laser engraver. And just using the fonts that come with the free app, I made a personalized frame. And the frame won't make sense until I put the picture in, and then I'll reveal it all at once. So let me show you how to put the picture in and secure it.
Okay, so now we're going to take our dollar store frame, take the glass out of it. If you were going to do this and make a lot of them, they sell a gun. It looks like a stable gun that pushes these tabs in. You can get one from Amazon. I think it's like 30-some bucks. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I didn't buy that. I just got this kit right here. That was only $5. Put your picture in. Put in your backing. Now you could cut a new piece of cardboard. I think they even sell this black cardboard, but you could put in a new piece of cardboard if you want, because obviously this is going to be a lot taller than this frame. So this thing's not going to work for you anymore, and it's going to be heavier. It's a pretty cheap piece of cardboard that they have on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang mine on the wall, and I just got these. And I'm just going to put this up here. So then I got these tab things off of Amazon. I'll put a link in the description, and these are just super simple. All you got to do is screw them in like that, and it slides back and forth. I'm going to use my little baby screwdriver so I don't accidentally overdo it. So there you go, and then this thing, well, I put it really tight. This thing will just slide back and forth in front of the cardboard. I got a whole pack of them. I think it's like 300 of them or something like that. 300 pieces. You got the things and the screws, more than I'll use in a long time. And it was like less than 10 bucks. I want to say it was like $6. So about 7 inches of center. I was just going to use the same screws, but them holes are too small on this thing. So I got these little nails. I'm just going to use these. If you got one of these nail punches, you can use that. And there we go. What do you guys think? Came out beautiful. I can't wait to hang it in my bathroom. Again, we got the dollar store picture frame. You see how that one came out? Personalized picture frame. Let me show you what some of this stuff goes for on Etsy.
All right, guys, so I just put in personalized picture frames in Etsy. And you see this one says popular right now. It says $21, but if you click on it, now this one's walnut. What you're doing is pine. What we did was pine. So walnut's gonna be a little bit more expensive. Look, it says in demand. 7 people bought this in the last 24 hours. 7 people bought this frame. Let's go to the 8x10, which is what we did. $39.99, $40. What did we spend? $1.25 for the picture frame at the dollar store, and then what? A couple bucks in wood. Look at all that profit. Look, if you go to walnut, $46.99. That was maple. Maple's a little cheaper than Walmart. I can't speak today. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go back to the frames. Oh, sorry, guys. I was looking something up earlier. So look, here's another one. This one looks more like a pine. I don't know if it is, but let's see. Select an option. This one's a bestseller. It's 20 plus views in the last 24 hours. $49.95, $50. I can't find anywhere where it says what kind of wood this is. So more than likely it's just pine. So pine wood. Just like we did, $49.95. $50 for this. You can't beat that. And see, that one was a bestseller. Look at how many of these say bestseller, 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 popular, bestseller. See, they didn't even engrave this one. What they did was they cut them letters out, words, letters, whatever you want, and then you just glue those right on there. So anyways, there you go. That's the picture frames. You see how popular they are.
If you want to get more sales and sell your products for a higher price, then personalization is one way you can do that. And if the S1 is out of your price range, I get that. Xtool does make smaller engravers that may be at a better price point for you. Or you may not even want to laser engrave at all. That's up to you too. If you want to make woodworking your business, then you have to decide what direction you want to take that business in. What tools do you need to prioritize buying? Maybe it's not a laser engraver. Me personally, the S1 is perfect for the small things that I make. It adds value and sellability. For me, as someone that likes selling the small products because it's easier to ship and easier to batch produce, so I have to think about how many of these small products I have to sell a day to make a profit that I'm happy with at the end of the week or month. And one way to increase productions, therefore increasing profits and sales, is having a way to batch produce small items. And a CNC machine or a laser engraver or something like that is the way to go. Unless you're going to build larger items that have their own headaches to deal with, like shipping. But whatever you decide to do, the first thing you got to do is get to building.